Welcome to episode 3 of Epic Gameplay. Before getting into this video, I want to say something. Hi. As of now recording this, it's day 1 after I released part 2, and for like the first time ever, people are watching. Yeah, I got 2 comments and they're both positive. It's surprising. Actually, in today's economy, it's even quite scary. Nonetheless, I'm happy to have you 2 or 3 people here watching my videos. I appreciate it, really. I even got 3 new subscribers that I don't know personally. That's insane! Alright, enough awkwardness. Let's get right into it. So last episode we ended with me finishing the mission in the sewers and my game randomly crashing. For some reason this actually happened many times throughout the game right after finishing an important main mission. I gotta say, autosave really saved my ass many times in this game. I then explored the city a bit and bought a schematic for health infusions. This was in fact one of the best decisions I've made in this game. After that I left the city and raided some bandit outposts. I'm gonna skip through these outposts a bit because they're kinda always the same. You look for goons, shoot the goons, die, try again, kill some goons, die, attack a different way, getting greedy, die again, and finally locking in, playing like a bitch to be safe, and then looting the whole place. It gets kinda boring over time. Like, how lazy can the developers be? It just repeats over and over, man. I mean, that's to put it in a way you'll understand. Like our pirate friend once told us. Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. It's literally the same in this game. Arcs, for example, you go there, become a mass murderer, finish every single one of them off, unlock the ability or gun, and then, oh, what's this? More of the same damn enemies, spawning out of nowhere. And it's not just the arcs, the bandit dens, the fueling stations, every other kind of outpost or point of interest. And even after almost every mission, you go there, commit genocide, do the objective, and on the way back, you'll be greeted by some half-naked perverts. And not even the hot kind, but the, hey there sweetie, you like my van, wanna see what's inside kind, and it makes me sick. Anyway, while wasting my precious time on this godforsaken map, I, like I said, raided some outposts, found a Lost Ranger signal, which doesn't give you anything except for a few supplies and some game lore, which is pretty boring. And also found another arc, where I got the defibrillation ability. It saved my ass so many times. That's also what it's for. It saves your ass. Instead of dying, you fall to your knees, do a quick time event that can give you a few more extra HP and get like a second chance. I mean, it's a bit self-explanatory if you know what a defibrillator is, which I hope you do because that's actually some pretty important base knowledge. So after the usual quick tutorial, I got out the arc and I guess I don't have to tell you what was waiting for me. However, the good thing about having finished the main objective of a quest is you can just run away. And that's what I almost always did because I'm not gonna waste my ammo and supplies on these unimportant, stupidly overpowered degenerates. I mean, sometimes I did fight them at the expense of my time and sanity because I'm stupid and bored, which is a very dangerous combination. Let's just leave it at that. After a while, I came across an outpost called Gazcatraz. That was, of course, as usual, very unhealthy to deal with. And after 40 minutes of shooting, killing, dying, and trying this one damn mediocre outpost again, after finally getting the last kill, I was hoping I could just loot this place and leave. So I opened chest after container, after supplies, after whatever, and keep in mind, the outpost wasn't that big. I mean, it also wasn't really small, you know, average size. Some might even say above average. You just gotta look at it at the right angle, you know? It has a huge personality. But in all seriousness, it was quite big, but nothing too special. I almost looted everything, and there was only one chest left. One damn arc chest. Big shiny chests you can barely miss. I thought I looked everywhere. I went through almost every kind of building around multiple times because I thought maybe I didn't look close enough. Even after googling it, it took me like a minute just to find it. I spent almost 20 whole minutes looting this dry and empty scrapyard full of garbage because my autistic ass couldn't bear leaving that random chest behind. That was so damn boring. After finally getting the chest, I got into a car that was standing on a cliff at the edge of a cool-ass ramp, so naturally, my low-level monkey brain just had to drive down there. For some reason, I expected it to be cooler, but it was really slow, and I somehow still fucked up the jump, but at least I had a cool landing. And that was enough to activate my low IQ neurons and cheer me back up a little. I then saw that I was close to a crusher nest. and I didn't really know what was waiting for me. So out of curiosity, I went there to check it out. The nest was called the Ruined Shaft with a difficulty level of 3. I didn't think much of it because I thought I dealt with strong enemies before. The objective was to kill Lug the Nut. Sounded funny, so I gave it a shot. It was some long sewer-like tunnel that was pretty big. There was some mutants here and there, and they were pretty annoying and dangerous, but surprisingly enough, I didn't even die once passing through there. Everything was going great, and I felt pretty safe and even a bit confident to some degree. The mutants weren't that hard to deal with, and I found plenty of supplies. Until I went down some big and empty pipe, no pun intended, filled with ammo. I was already pretty suspicious, so I carefully made my way through there knowing there was most definitely a boss fight incoming. I mean, it was obvious because exactly that was the mission. Then I finally saw a drop into a big room. I knew it had to be it, but before dropping down there was something I had to check. Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking giant. I was really hoping I could just kill him from the high ground by shooting at his feet, but he stabbed barely out of reach, that cheeky bastard. So I had no choice but to drop down and fight that abomination of a mutant. Oh shit. The room is way too small and I had no cover or anything whatsoever. I had to run around like a damn cockroach, dodging his big ass attacks and trying not to die before I can even land proper hits. And the cooldown for my dash ability was really not helping. I died over and over and over and over and over again. That was so fucking stressful. After 13 minutes and getting knocked the fuck out 12 times, I finally got this big ugly piece of gene manipulated meat. At least there weren't any uninvited guests waiting for me at the exit. Unlike in my next destination, another Ark. You know the drill. I get there, play like a pussy until they're all gone, and enter the Ark. This time I actually got a very fun ability. Shatter. Basically a devastating impact, destroying your enemy. However, I'm still playing at the hardest difficulty, so it was mostly useful to strip these psychos naked, which is funny, not gonna lie. But as you can hopefully guess by now, we had visitors. Very unpleasant visitors, as always. To be honest, I got some upgrades here and then, so I didn't die that fast and was able to fight back, yet I still got knocked down 4 times. Indeed, very unpleasant visitors. After dealing with those pricks, I came across a wandering trader, and no, not the ones from Minecraft, even though they do be everywhere. Now, very cool guy. He sells important ammo, especially important for my vehicle weapons. So after, again, raiding further outposts, I came across some funny convoy, the Annihilator. Not sure if I should be thankful or disappointed, but vehicle combat is pretty easy in this game, and after wasting almost all my car's ammo, I annihilated the Annihilator. And yes, I just had to say it. Don't act like you wouldn't have done the same. Sadly, I only got 15 auto parts out of it, but I guess that's better than nothing. So I finally got bored of doing these annoying side quests and decided to head to my actual objective. On the way, I found the Mutant Bash TV arena, which is pretty cool, but I wasn't stupid enough to get in there because I remembered from the last game that it can get quite uncomfortable in there, especially now because of the difficulty. Unfortunately, this wasn't the last time I had to come here, so I drove almost all the way across the map, and even more unfortunately, I wasn't heading to a main story objective to get some progress going. No, I went to a random side quest I picked up back in Gun Barrel. God damn it. So to kind of sum it up, the mission was called Drivable Mech Retrieval. So I thought, yeah, this is obviously something to do with mechs. As soon as I've reached the mission area, which was surrounded by high-level authority sentries, quite intimidating by the way, I saw a mini-boss called Junk Mech. And the objective of the mission was to locate 3 motor parts. So I concluded, alright, I just gotta somehow destroy that mech and pick up the parts it drops. Simple. However, did you notice that little Wi-Fi-like signal? I did in fact not notice it. So after painfully fighting not just the strong ass mech but also these weird overpowered enemies, the Immortal Shrouded, for like 20 minutes and even having destroyed the mech a few times before dying to the Shrouded and even my game randomly crashing in the middle of it, I finally realized that mech had nothing to do with the mission. The objective was only to open these 3 pink crates and collecting their parts, and that signal was there to help me find them. I felt so damn stupid. How can a man be so slow? But of course, my stupidity wasn't the only reason this quest was so tough, because every time I opened a crate, Shrouded were spawning. But dude, you may ask, what's so special about these guys that they're so different from the goons? Well,
I don't much like the tone of your voice.
Quick lesson. They're faster, they're harder to hit, some of them are immune to headshot damage, and the boss type can produce a shock field around them and even shoot laser beams at you which one-hit you. I'm telling you, try to avoid them. Listen over. So after not just wasting all that time, but also still having to fight all of them, my fragile ass pride kept me from just loading that place and instantly leaving. So I spent even more time to waste all my ammo on the junk mech and all my sanity to the shrouded just for like one mechanical part and the slightest bit of satisfaction. I brought back the motor parts and I unlocked the Boombringer mech. I was really happy at first when seeing that I can now call in and use the same mech I had such a hard time with. Unfortunately, it was way too debuffed to be useful of any kind. I think there was like only one time it came in handy, and that was because it gave me a slight attack advantage on the outpost. God, I hate this place. After wasting even more time on some random side stuff for like an hour, I finally continued with the main story and made my way to my second little helper. His place was raided by the authority with its ugly ass rocket shooting mutants, so I had to deal with them. After clearing that mess and him recognizing me as a ranger, he led me into his base, and there I was, introduced to Dr. Anton Kvasir and whatever the kind of creature he's using as his legs. Like, seriously, what is that thing? It's creeping me out, man. Stop looking at me. Anyway, he actually looks just as old as in the first game, just with longer eyebrows and a beard, so I guess he's supposed to look wiser now. So we had a quick chat. I gave him a newsflash about the place we originally started this game from, what had happened to it, and also what had happened to our boss and the other rangers. And I made him aware of the returning of General Cross. This game is a pretty simple and straightforward storyline, not gonna lie. It's such a cliche at some points.
Look at me, Lily. I'm the only ranger left.
Holy shit. You really are.
Ooh, epic storyline! It's crazy. Anyway, he already knew about Project Dagger and sent me to go on a mission to bring an ecopod orbiting in space back down to Earth, because otherwise it would apparently take him about 6 years to make the serum, which is the weapon we were supposed to kill General Cross with. For that, he sends me to the Eden Space Center, where I can access control over the spaceship, and with this, we will end this episode. The end is near, my friend. No, but if you're watching this for your little dopamine boost, this end part isn't for you, so go watch, I don't know, Skibidi Toilet or some shit. I gotta say, I know I literally said the same the last 2 episodes, but it is insane how long this video took me. Not because it actually took me this long to edit this garbage. That would be really sad. No, but it has been 1 month since the last episode, and mind you, I made the intro for this video literally the next day. So I did start working on it immediately. However, the problem is, to actually work on these videos, I need like a lot of time at once. Like, I need 4 to 6 hours straight to properly get to work with these edits. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this video alone probably took me at least around 12 to 15 hours or something. And that's because I, on one hand, procrastinate a lot, and on the other hand, editing is really time consuming. And especially the past weeks were pretty tough for me, and it doesn't look like it'll get better anytime soon. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I actually got sick around 2 weeks ago, and for some reason I still didn't fully recover yet. But aside from that, I still had a lot to do on top. Like, I had a lot of important exams, I got a new job, finals are actually closing in too, and shockingly enough, I have a life on top. Not a special one, sadly, but I still want to use my free time to do things that boost my dopamine too. For example, my silly ass even started playing that Roblox fish game. Look, I even catch some big ones. It's a nice game, 8 out of 10, recommend. However, get some friends or it'll get lonely very fast. Anyway, I sadly cannot make any promises for the next video. I'm not even sure anymore if it will even come out, to be honest. Let's just hope for the best. Thanks for sticking around. Please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Or if you want to be extra cute to all of it. I'd appreciate it a lot, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.